Guys, so today's problem statement is minimum cost to make two strings identical. So the way you can make two particular strings identical, the question is the way you can make two strings identical is by either deleting the characters from both the strings. Okay, and there is a certain amount of cost which is associated with deleting the characters from the end of the strings, and that particular cost for particular string is x, and for the string y is y. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly represent over here that what all this problem statement is about, and there's nothing very difficult over here. So first I'm going to take a string x. Okay, a string x will have a certain value, say a, b, c, d. Okay, so if I take their string, yeah, one is a, b, c, d, and the second string is a, c, d, b. Okay, and the second string is a, c, d, b. So I can write it over here: string y is equals to ACDB. Okay, ABCD and ACDB. Now what the problem is that we have to find the cost. Okay, so there will be a cost, say x1, and a cost y1 associated with deleting certain elements and making the string identical. And suppose we will see that the value of the cost is x is 10 and y is 20. So I will put over here x equals to 10 and y equals to 20 as the cost, okay, as cost. Now my job is to make the two string identical in the minimum cost possible. Okay, so you can see for ABCD and ACDB, let me just check ABCD and ACDB. So if I remove this particular strings, say in order to make this particular string identical, how many string I can remove from both the ends in order to make the remaining string identical? So say for example ACD is there, right? So I have to first check the positions. So yeah, A and A is there, B, C, D is there, C, D, B is there, right? So what is the problem is, for making we have to delete character B from both the strings. So if we delete character B from both the string, okay. So if we delete character B from both the strings, so say for example over here it is present in the last and over here it is present somewhere over here. If we remove both the characters, then what will be the resultant string? Resultant string will be ACD and ACD respectively. Now we have to calculate the cost. So cost is equals to 10 plus 20 equals to 30. Okay, so what I can see is the minimum cost required is 30. So I can write it over here, as minimum cost for change. Okay, so over here we will use two functions: find minimum cost, and the second is the patent function, or the function which we are going to use in many of the DP problems, which is longest common subsequence. So this helps in cost optimization, DP based. The type of the topics I am going to write here, string based. Okay, cost optimization, minimum cost. Okay, so these are the points to be noted. So now let's go and solve this particular problem. So at first you can see that I have made two functions, longest common subsequence and the find the minimum cost. Okay, so in the longest common find the minimum cost, I'm going to call this particular function, say common values equals to, I will take the name of this particular function as I'll take the name of this particular function as longest common subsequence. Over here what I'm going to pass is the values, so x, y, okay, and the length of the strings. So I can say x dot length, I can say y dot length, and so on. Okay, I've taken x, I've taken y, and I've also taken the length. Now if there is common value is 0, then what I'm going to return? I'm going to return just the cost multiplied by their present value. So x dot length into say cost of x, okay, plus over here y dot length into cost of y, and I'm going to close it. Oops. Yeah. So once the if condition is done, I'm going to think of the return statement. So this is one return statement. Over here I'm also going to return the difference between the cost. So I can take it as x dot length minus cost of x into cost of x plus y dot length minus common value into cost of y. So I've taken the cost. I have to also say for example I have to put a semicolon. So what I can see is I've taken a return statement over here, return the, okay, I can also take one bracket over here. This looks better. Cost of cost x, cost of cost y, and done. Now I'm going to write the function for the longest common subsequence of all the string values. So how I'm going to write the longest common subsequence of all the string values? So for that, I have to take a DP array. So int DP equals to new int. I have to take the size of the DP array in the brackets. So you can see I have taken the size of the DP array over here. Once taken the DP array, what I can do is anti-I equals to 1, I less than equals to, first is the n rows, plus plus, for anti-j equals to 1, less than equals to m, j plus plus, j loop for loop, lowest common subsequence. In the j loop, what I can do is I'm going to take a function if str1 dot char, if str1 dot char of I minus 1 equals to 2 dot caret of j minus 1. So in this case, I will store in the DP table DP of I of j is 1 plus DP of I minus 1 j minus 1. These are classic DP problems which you should know by heart. Okay. So if the if works, or else we will have an else block. In the else block, what we can write is DP of I and j equals to math dot max of dp of I minus 1 j, similarly dp of j minus 1 and I. You can see it has a relationship that both of them are complementary towards each other. So once the else is done, we are going to close this else, for loop, I loop, and return dp of n and m. Final. This is the longest common subsequence. Let's execute the problem. So over here also I will close that loop, and also there is a string str2. Okay, so long A0 finds in the longest common subsequence of, okay, public static int, this is closing over here, okay, common equals to longest common subsequence, x, y, x, y, okay, x dot s, s dot length, x dot length, x dot length and y dot length, okay. So let's compare. If common equals to 0 is a wrong statement, you have to take equals to 0. So a lot of temperature over here. I'm sweating like hell. Oh, hang up. Array main out of bounds exception. So what is the out of bounds exceptions? Uh, so maybe I've taken less than equals. Mm, okay, so over here I have to take the size as n plus 1, n plus 1. Now it should work. Oops, this the out of difference is 1 plus dp of I minus 1, j minus 1, okay, math.max. I've returned the dp of I of j is equals to math.max and dp of ij, okay, and I in ij and I and j minus 1. Slight mistake. So it is working. So let's submit the code. So the longest common subsequence is an important algorithm which we should know. And we have also completed today's problem statement. Looking forward in our next video.